Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the finale of Chernobyl. As you can see, I'm wearing a shirt and tie. Oh, didn't quite work. Nice shirt and tie for a finale. I'm going to keep doing that for every finale that I watch. So obviously, as always, a little recap of episode 4. Half of the episode was mainly focusing on the three people in the animal section, where they had to go out and hunt wild animals like wild dogs, rabid dogs, cats, pet dogs that had been left behind. And the guy even said, we're going door to door because these pet dogs and cats can be quite scared. So they're going to go back to their home where, where they know the surroundings and stuff. So these three guys had to go door to door just to get rid of these pets from, I guess, spreading contamination. I guess you can kind of see it as they're putting these animals out of their misery. And you kind of have to put yourself in their shoes when they go through stuff like this. Like, I kind of get why it has to be done, but I can see why it's an awful thing to do. I probably wouldn't be able to do it. And after killing these dogs, they had to put them in the back of their truck to then be buried with cement. I'm guessing the whole idea with the cement is it kind of just blocks off any contamination to spread even further. And the situation with the reactor core exploding, turns out that Legasov actually knew how one explodes, but it was kind of like in the back of his mind where he had an idea of how it could explode, but he didn't see it as a possibility. Basically, I think, and forgive me if I get it wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say when I say when things are really out of control, like the levels are going up and down and stuff, and then as soon as you hit the power button to stop it all, it sometimes jolts up in power, and that's how it exploded, basically, is how Legasov was explaining it. But there's a reason as to why it was like that in the first place, where the levels were really bad. It was because Dyatlov was in charge. He was just doing a really bad job at surveying his whole kind of section and just passing the blame to his lab assistants, saying they never made a right decision. He called them incompetent as well. He's just a really bad leader in general. He's not willing to admit to his mistakes of letting, like, all the safety stuff Ulana was saying, it was just chaos. Like, the state of their lab, all the safety procedures were out of control, and that's what led to the explosion. So I guess you could say Dyatlov, before the core exploded, he was being a bit complacent with what he was doing. He saw what he was doing and said to himself, this is probably the best I'm going to do, or he didn't really care enough to look into anything. And when the reactor core exploded, even he was like, he had his hands in his pockets when the core exploded, saying, 3.6, not great, but it's not good, but it's not great, or not terrible. So yeah, he's an idiot. And I rewatched episode 4, obviously, when I was editing it. And last episode, at the end, I was so certain that Legasov is going to tell the truth, because Dyatlov gets 10 years. But then I remembered that Ulana said, I'm the reason a bullet is going to stop you. I'm the reason a bullet might not end you, or something like that. I can't remember what quite it was. But he ends up getting 10 years. And in episode 1, Legasov said that he deserves death. So I've got a feeling I'm going to go against my prediction and bring out a new one and say, I don't think Legasov is going to tell the truth. I think he's going to put it down as an accident or something. He's not going to mention the state of the lab it was in before it exploded. Or maybe he might, because Dyatlov would have to get some time behind bars for something, for being in charge. Maybe that's what he got for, but I don't think Legasov is going to say it's Dyatlov's fault, otherwise he actually would probably be killed. I'm only basing that off the fact Ulana said that she's the only one that can stop a bullet from killing him. Yeah, I've got a feeling Legasov ain't going to tell the truth. I can see something happening. I can see a big twist, a big twisty doodles on the final episode of the season. Because I know people, maybe it is kind of a spoiler, but I know people at the end of this show have been really pissed off. And my mind at the end of episode 4 was like, oh, I've got nothing to say about the Dyatlov because he gets 10 years and Legasov must tell the truth. Must be a happy ending. But, yeah, people have been telling me that, like, prepare to get even more pissed off. And, yeah, everyone just said it's a really good show, but just, like, prepare to get pissed off. And I think even saying that is a bit of a spoiler enough. But, I mean, I could see it coming anyway. Because I've like rethought my options. Anyway, I think that might be it really. Vasily's girlfriend lost her baby because obviously she was touching Vasily and stuff, but her baby actually absorbed most of the radiation and died. I think her baby lived for 4 hours before passing away. So Vasily's girlfriend wasn't that much affected by the radiation. But her daughter was more because she absorbed it. I'm guessing because she had weaker organs and they were still developing. So I'm guessing that's why the radiation kind of latched on to the baby instead of the mother. Cool. I'm ready for the finale. I'm hoping you guys are too, even though you've already seen it. It's the finale, man. I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of not excited. I know some shit's about to go down. Definitely. I just saw one of the two Stooges as well in the thumbnail. Not the one with the deep voice, but yeah, I think I can see some shit happening. Oh, this is before. Shit, here we go. 12 hours. I like this. Before the explosion.
So, do we have to scrap it or what?
No, I don't think so. No, if we need to wait 10 hours, we wait.
Running half power, we're not going to have stability issues.
No, I should think...
I'm not asking you.
It's safe. We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. We'll proceed then. I'll personally supervise the test. And it will be completed.
Call me when it's done.
Yeah, I wouldn't get used to that, buddy. You'll be seen in prison. Lap it up all you want. So, basically, they ran the test at half power. That is partly why it exploded. You're going to get threatened now. You dare threaten Legasov?
First, your testimony at the trial.
Comrade Charkov, I understand my duty to the state. You gave us assurances. The reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial. Once it's over, we will have our villains. We will have our hero. We will have our truth. After that, we can deal with the reactors.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
The state calls witnesses Comrade Pamyat of the Belarusian Nuclear Institute, Comrade Legasov of the Kurchatov Institute of Atomic Energy, and Comrade Boris Yevdokimovich Sherbina, Deputy Chairman of the Council of Ministers and Head of the Bureau for Fuel and Energy.
This is it, man. They're all there. The Outlaws there as well.
The science is strong, but a test is only as good as the men carrying it out. And the first time they tried, they failed. The second time they tried, they failed. The third time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26, 1986.
Not looking good for them, man. Something big's got to happen. Man, my heart's racing. What's Legasov gonna...
Comrade Legasov.
What's he gonna do?
If you can't understand how a stalled nuclear reactor could lead to an explosion, I don't blame you. After all, you don't work in the control room of a nuclear power plant. But as it turned out, the men who didn't understand it either.
Easy now. Take it down. Good. Like that.
You should have finished by now.
We're following protocol for reduction rate.
You're procrastinating. There are 10 other men in this plant would have done it already.
Shut the fuck up.
What did you do?
I did what you said. I switched.
Look at it!
I don't understand.
Fucking amateurs, you stalled the reactor. How the fuck did you get this job?
Comrade Dyatlov.
You're gonna tell me that you did everything right again, you incompetent arsehole?
I apologize for this unsatisfactory result.
See, if I say it's safe, and if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't. But not just here, you won't work at Kursk, or Ignalina, or Leningrad, or Novovoronezh, you won't work anywhere ever again. I'll see to it. I think you know I will see to it. Raise the power.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
He's doing everything right, man. I would like written confirmation of this order. Fucking prick. I'm done with this. I'm done with this, Dyatlov. I'm done with him.
They heard me, but they listened to you. Of all the ministers and all the deputies, the entire congregation of obedient fools, they mistakenly sent the one good man. God's sakes, Boris. You were the one who mattered most.
I take back what I said about him on the helicopter. I said I hope he dies a painful death. I'm going to retract that statement.
The problem they were facing was not solvable. The power was too low, the water was too high. The test was already ruined. The results would have been useless, but Dyatlov didn't care. All he wanted to do was report a completed test. Based on the absence of sufficient control rods, the computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Well, of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test. All right, comrades. Another few minutes, it'll all be over. CHERNOBYL, when you're ready.
Fucking prick, man. I hope he gets his comeuppance.
We've heard enough for today. The defendants will be remanded in custody. Court will...
I haven't finished. I still have more evidence to give.
It's not necessary. Your testimony is concluded. Your Honor.
Court is now adjourned. We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
Comrade Sabina.
Let him finish.
That's my shit, Shabina, man. Put them in their fucking place. I've had enough of this shit now, and it's pissing me off. Carry on, Legasov. After you, Legasov. Back to you, Legasov.
Dyatlov broke every rule we have. He pushed a reactor to the brink of destruction. The shutdown system had a fatal flaw. At 1:23:40, Akimov engages AZ-5. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. 1:23:42. Perevoschenko looks down on the enormous steel lid of the reactor and sees the impossible. The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and down. He runs to warn the control room, but there's nothing he can do to stop what is coming. Reactor 4, designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts, went beyond 33,000. The pressure inside the core can no longer be held back. At long last, we have arrived. 123.45, explosion. In the instant the lid is thrown off the reactor, oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite. The chain of disaster is now complete.
Shit, man. So that's it. That's how it happened. And this is the episode 1 start.
You will not meet or communicate with either one of them ever again. You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again. You will remain so immaterial to the world around you that when you finally do die, it will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all. Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen? Oh, that's perfect. They should put that on our money.
Don't call him a cunt or something as he walks out. Fucking corrupt arsehole.
To be a scientist is to be naive. We are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it. The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions. It'll lie in wait for all time. And this, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Motherfucker, fuck you. Okay, I just need to make a video quick because I'm pissed off. The fucking version I watched of Chernobyl, episode 5, it didn't include the writing at the end, under the pictures, under the real pictures and videos explaining what they were. That's pissed me off, bruv. I'm never using that fucking website again. I'll tell you what I'm fucking pissed off at, first of all. People are reacting to everything on, like, Game of Thrones, Chernobyl. But the only thing Game of Thrones and Chernobyl is on, for me, in England, is called Now TV. And recently, Now TV has put up this thing about some Now TV player, which blocks any screen captures. It's just a black screen. So if I try and record the screen of something being played on Now TV, it blocks it. So I can't watch it. I can't react to it. I can't record it. So I need to go on another website, a third-party website, to watch something where it's being altered or the writing is being taken out or something's going on, it's blurry, there's adverts popping up every time. Someone, for the love of God, please fucking help me find just a decent site to watch a TV show where it's just not changed. Because that writing that I missed, that was for some reason edited out of the version I was watching, it took a lot away of my reaction, because I just thought I was looking at pictures and videos, and I didn't know there was writing at the bottom of it. I just thought, oh, they've included this to let people know that's the Utlov, that's Shabina, that's, you know. But it even says, it goes into details. I didn't even have to look any of that up on Google about Ulana not existing, because it says it. He had a team of 600 people around him. And those 600 people were meant to represent Ulana. That's really, really pissed me off. I'm not using that fucking website ever again, man. I'm pissed off. Someone please in the comments put a website that I can use, please. That's well known to other people, that people are comfortable with watching things on it, whereas it doesn't do shit like that. Because that's taken the reaction away for me. Because I actually was starting to tear up at the end, at the black screen with the pictures and videos. And if there was writing on the underneath, it's fucking sad as fuck. With that music playing over the top, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off beyond fucking belief. It's unreal. I can't believe that's happened to me. So please, final time of asking, please someone, can you put something, I don't even know, tell me something to download that can block what Now TV Player does to me. I don't know if you guys have heard of Now TV, because it's an English thing. We don't have HBO here. I can't go on an HBO website to watch Chernobyl and screen record it. The only thing I can do is go onto Now TV, but I can't do that because they've invented some new Now TV Player, which it goes onto a separate. It's not even on a tab on Google or whatever. It opens up an app on my PC where you can't record the screen. I just need someone to tell me, save me please, before this happens again. It's kind of a good thing that it's happened now, so I don't have to deal with that shit again. But please, someone, please, just tell me how to unblock Now TV from blocking me, or tell me a decent website that is comfortable in being used, that is comfortable in not editing out important parts for cliffhangers, that is comfortable to watch without being blurry, that is comfortable to watch without advertisements popping up every 5 seconds after you click. Yeah. I apologise, guys. I apologise. That's pissed me off beyond belief. I can't fathom how annoyed I am. The absolute audacity for this website I've used to miss out the captions underneath the pictures and videos has pissed me off majorly. Actually, I'm going to put this at the beginning of my outro so you guys aren't confused as to what the fuck I'm going on about. I'm going to put this at the beginning. I'm hoping all of what I've just said makes sense. So, take it easy, guys. Lost for words, to be honest with you. I don't really know what to say. It's a very sad, corrupt, evil, cruel, unkind, fraudulent, deceptive. Like, the list could go on. I could go on and on and on describing how those last 10 or 20 minutes felt to me. It's probably the most scandalous thing I've ever seen. That's rubbish. So Legasov told the truth, and then the judge said, "Oh, you're being you're contradicting what you said last time." So Legasov was like, "Yeah, that was a lie. We can't lie. We can't lie about what's happened because there's 3 more power plants in Chernobyl, about like 2 kilometers away, that are still not being treated or seen to." And then it showed Legasov being led to a room, sat there for God knows how long. Then that fucking dickhead comes in, says to Legasov, the trial is basically being swept under the carpet, and you're being demoted of everything. Your friends, we're going to make sure you can't speak to any of your friends. However long you've got left, it's going to be insufferable, basically. And it made sense now as to why he killed himself at the exact same time Chernobyl happened as well. The only thing I'm confused about is the trial didn't show what actually happened to Dyatlov. The only thing that I know is that Legasov in episode 1 said he got 10 years. I reckon that Legasov was doing those tapes at the beginning of episode 1, and he was putting it inside an air vent. I think that was for either Shabina or Ulana to come across. Because I think he was naming people in that courtroom, especially the guy at the end in the room, telling him that he's not gonna be a scientist. He'll keep the name, but people even lower than him are going to be rewarded for what he'd done. I think that's just so disrespectful for someone that just wanted to tell the truth and actually cares about civilians. That's what these people are, man. Just money grabbers, all of them. They don't care. They don't care if lives are at stake. They'll do whatever they want just for a little bit of more money, you know? If you can cover a disaster up and get away with it, then yeah, fine. And obviously I'm a bit dry on the actual facts of Chernobyl, but did they see to the other power plants? Did they check after the trial, or did they just leave it? Like, could there be another explosion basically happening at any moment now? Or has it been, or like, because it's about 40 odd years later, I think 86, 96, 06, 16, 30 years. It's been about 30 years, so obviously a lot more information has come to light, and hopefully they have checked out the remaining reactor cores. I'm just going to Google, actually. I'm going to Google Legasov, because I actually want to know. Shit, yeah, he did actually kill himself. Okay, so it says here, Legasov's suicide caused shockwaves in the Soviet nuclear industry. In particular, the problem with the design of the control rods in Chernobyl-type RBMK reactors was rapidly admitted and addressed. So basically, when he killed himself, they fixed the problem. The problem with the design of the control rods was rapidly admitted and addressed. And then in 1996, the Russian president of that time conferred on Legasov the honorary title of Hero of the Russian Federation, the country's highest honorary title, for the courage and heroism shown in his investigation of the disaster. That's sad, man. This guy just seems like an absolute genius. And he was just stripped of his titles just because he wanted to help humanity. It's so weird. So weird. Let's type in Shabina. Oh, he lived until he was about 70. Oh, okay, but that was actually 4. So he died 4 years after Chernobyl. Wait, Alana Homyuk from Chernobyl is not based on a real person? That doesn't surprise me. Ulana Homyuk from Chernobyl is not based on a real person. That really doesn't surprise me, because I was actually thinking, and don't take this the wrong way, but because back then it's just so corrupt and like you wouldn't dare speak out against authority or people in charge or people with power that can just easily ruin your life with the click of their fingers. I think they would have had a very bad time taking criticism of women. Like, I was going to say it during the series, but I didn't want to come across as like sexist or anything, but it's just confirmed it for me. She wasn't a real character. I think that was the reason why. I don't think back in those days, I say back in those days, 30 years ago, like, they're corrupt enough as it is, and I don't think it's a sector where they would allow women into to have an opinion. I doubt they would have had women in the court as well, to be honest with you. But I don't know. This is just kind of like a guess. I just don't think they respected women enough 30 years ago, because the whole hierarchy thing was just out of control. Yeah, that's just my guess on that one. I liked Ulana though. I did really like her. So I guess when all three of them were giving their kind of verdict, Shabina and Ulana were actually telling the truth, but it was more Legasov that delivered the final blow, and that's what turned all their attention onto him about ruining his life and stuff. That's so sad that he killed himself, though. And then, like, it took Legasov to kill himself to then for the control rods in a reactor core to be looked at. I don't know. That seems to happen everywhere, though. There always has to be a natural disaster or someone being killed in some way for people to open their eyes and say, okay, maybe this might be a problem. Let's actually have a look at it. It annoys me, man. Like, whenever I make a mistake, I own up to it. I don't try and sweep anything under the carpet because there's no point. You're just digging yourself a deeper and deeper and deeper hole, and it's just not worth it. Like, if you just tell the truth, it's almost like you're starting again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really not that deep to admit you're wrong. But I suppose back in those days, everyone's just like so on edge about keeping something secret, and their life would be at stake as well, because people are being watched, people are being spied on back in those days. Maybe even today people are being spied on. There's definitely people being spied on. If you don't believe people are being spied on in these days, you got Area 51 and shit. People are being spied on, man, definitely. I know some people have laptops with the little webcam in the middle at the top. People cover them up because they think that people are watching them. I mean, I don't give a fuck. My mic is always on. Even when my computer's off, my mic's on. Like, it shows that it's on. I don't care. My webcam's there as well. I could be sitting here editing a video without a care in the world. Whoever's watching me, but, I mean, I don't know what useful information you're getting. Do you know what I mean? You just see me slurping Pepsi. That's all you're getting from me. Anyway, I think I might actually leave it there just because it was the finale, and yeah, I've done my bit of research on Legasov, Shabina and Ulana. I've given my opinion on that. All I want to refer back to is all of those lists of negative words that I said just after the episode finished, because that's my reaction to it. It's a good program, don't get me wrong, but the actual story of Chernobyl, horrible, and the stuff that went on in the background that was being covered up, even more horrible. And I really don't something like that to happen again. That's terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching my journey on Chernobyl. Oh, you can't even see my trim. There you go. Woo! Okay, it's quite dark, and I've had to open a new tab where it's completely white so it can shine on my face so you can see me. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. As always, this journey has been a good one. Let me know what you want me to react to as well. I might actually do... I'm going to react to Afterlife. It's only 6 episodes, I think, 20 minutes long. And Season 2 has just been announced. If you haven't seen it, I think you should, because I think it's very hard-hitting. From what I've heard, I've not seen it. But it's got... if you're a fan of Ricky Gervais, if you've ever seen The Office, if you've ever seen Extras... he used to do old XFM podcasts with Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington. They are fucking hilarious. You should definitely watch those if you can. And yeah, put down in the comments what you want me to react to, and I'll try and react to it at some point after I do Afterlife, which won't be long. That'll take maybe 2 weeks for me to finish the whole thing and have them all uploaded, because there's only 6 episodes. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. One more thing, if you guys did enjoy my reactions to Chernobyl, instead of watching my edited version, which only has 10 minutes worth of footage, you can sign up to my Patreon and have instant access to all 5 episodes of Chernobyl, uncut, unedited, with my intro and outro with it. And there's also some bonus reactions as well that I have to leave out because they don't actually make the final 10-minute cut. So there's that, there's bonus reactions, there's full reactions, there's early access that you get for current TV shows that I'm watching. So it'll be Afterlife, American Horror Story, and Attack on Titan. I upload about 2 or 3 episodes in advance for each. So if that floats your boat, then give it a go. And also becoming a Patreon, it just shows support for me to be able to try and do this a lot more and a lot more regularly. It shows that there are people who actually want to watch my reactions, and yeah, they just want to support me basically. Once again, thanks guys for watching me on my journey through Chernobyl. I hope I didn't piss any of you off too much for getting stuff wrong, but on a first watch through of a reaction, everyone's going to get a minor detail wrong that obviously someone knows more about because they've watched the series 2 or 3 times and they know literally everything. But I don't, so please bear with me on a few minor things that I might get wrong. It would mean the world to me if you didn't bring me up on it. Anyway, I'm going to bounce. Catch you guys later. I'll see you for whatever I upload next. Take it easy.